In this video, you will learn how to solve different math problems to prepare for the ACT exam. The formula for the volume V of a sphere with radius r is V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. If the radius of a baseball is 1 1/3 inches, what is the volume to the nearest cubic inch? Now we are asked to solve for the volume of the sphere given its radius. I meant the volume of the baseball in the shape of a sphere. Alright, so to solve for the volume, we use the formula in solving for the volume, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. We're given here the radius, which is equal to 1 1/3 inches. We can write this into an improper fraction. So this would be equivalent to 4/3 inches. Since we're given the radius, then we can just simply plug in the value of the radius to the formula. So that would be volume equals 4/3 times pi, then the value of the radius, which is 4/3. What's that? 4/3 cube. And let's recall that pi is approximately equivalent to 3.14. Then we can just plug in that value as well. So volume is equal to 4/3 times the value of pi, which is 3.14 times 4/3 cube. Then this would be equal to 4/3 times 3.14. Then 4/3 cube is just 64/27. Then we multiply everything. Right, and we get the volume, which is equal to 9.92. All right, let's take a look at the choices here. We don't have 9.92, and from the problem we are asked to solve for the volume to the nearest cubic inch. Then we can round this off to approximately 10. Since the digit after 9 here is more than 5, then we can just round this off to 10. Therefore, the volume is 10 cubic inch. And the answer here is letter C. For all positive integers a, b, and c, which of the following expressions is equivalent to a over c? Now, to find an equivalent expression for a over c, we either multiply or divide both the numerator and denominator by the same value, because the question here asks for all positive integers a, b, and c. In that you are looking for an expression that is equivalent to a over c. We can just simply multiply a over c by b over b to get a times b over c times b. You can just simply cancel out b here to be equal to, for this expression to be equal to a over c. Therefore, among the choices here, the answer that fits this is letter A. What is the slope-intercept form of 6x minus 2y minus 4 equals 0? The slope-intercept form of the equation of a line states that y equals mx plus b, where m here is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Now to find the slope-intercept form of the equation 6x minus 2y Let's write that here. 6x minus 2y minus 4 equals 0. We must isolate y on the left side of the equation, or we must write this equation in this form. All right. So we subtract 6x from both sides. Then we have negative 2y minus 4 equals negative 6x. Then we add 4 to both sides. We have negative 2y equals negative 6x plus 4. Then we divide both sides by negative 2. That is negative 2y equals negative 6x plus 4. We divide both sides by negative 2 to get rid of the negative 2 on the left. Then we have y equals negative 6x over negative 2 plus 4 over negative 2. Then this would give us negative 6 over negative 2 is 3x. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. Therefore, the equation would be y equals 3x minus 2. Among the choices here, letter H fits that answer. So the answer here is letter H. Which of the following is a solution to the equation x squared plus 25x equals 0? So we're given here a quadratic equation, x squared plus 25x equals 0. Now to solve this, we factor out a common factor, and in this case we can factor out an x on the left side. So we factor out x and we're left with x plus 25 inside the parenthesis. And now we can apply the zero product rule. So we equate x to 0. These are our factors, x equals 0 and x plus 25 equals 0. Then we subtract 25 from both sides. Therefore, the value of the other x is equal to negative 25. Now let's take a look at the choices here. Okay, we don't have 0, but we have negative 25. Therefore, the answer here is letter E.